Imagine walking 1,100 feet on a rope just 3 inches wide, 160 feet above the most dangerous waterfall in North America. Stay until the end to discover how one man's impossible dream turned into the greatest show on Earth. 166 years ago today, 25,000 people gathered on both sides of Niagara Falls to witness what everyone believed would be a man's final performance. Instead, they watched history unfold as Charles Blondin stepped onto a 3-inch rope and changed the meaning of impossible forever. This wasn't just a stunt. This was the moment when human courage met impossible odds, and courage won. Jean-François Gravelet, known as Charles Blondin, had been performing since he was 5 years old. By 1859, he had amazed audiences across Europe with his acrobatic skills, but nothing had prepared the world for what he planned to do at Niagara Falls. The rope was anchored 160 feet above the raging rapids, high enough that a fall meant certain death. The mist from the falls made the rope slippery. The wind could knock a man off balance. One wrong step, one moment of doubt, and it would all be over. At exactly 5 p.m. on June 30th, 1859, Blondin stepped onto the rope. He carried only a 40-foot balancing pole and wore soft ballet slippers. No safety net, no harness, just skill, courage, and unshakable confidence. For 23 minutes, 25,000 people watched in complete silence as Blondin walked, ran, and even danced across the rope. Halfway across, he stopped, sat down, and calmly ate lunch while dangling his feet over the abyss. When he finally stepped onto solid ground on the Canadian side, the roar from both crowds was louder than the falls themselves. But Blondin wasn't finished. He turned around and walked back. That single walk made Blondin the most famous person in the world overnight. But it also proved something profound about human potential. When everyone said something was impossible, one man decided to show them they were wrong. Blondin would return to Niagara Falls 17 more times, each performance more daring than the last. He crossed blindfolded, on stilts, carrying a man on his back, and even pushing a wheelbarrow. That first crossing on June 30th, 1859, remains the moment when one man's courage inspired generations to push beyond their limitations. June 30th, 1859 proved that the word impossible often just means nobody has tried hard enough yet. Charles Blondin didn't just cross Niagara Falls that day. He crossed the gap between dream and reality, between fear and courage, between what is and what could be. Today, when you face something that seems impossible, remember the man who turned 25,000 doubters into believers with nothing but a rope, a pole, and unbreakable faith in himself. What impossible thing are you ready to attempt? What rope is waiting for you to take that first step? What's the most daring thing you've ever attempted? Maybe it wasn't crossing Niagara Falls, but we all have moments when we choose courage over fear. Share your stories of facing the impossible below and let the History Sparks community know what gave you the strength to take that first step into the unknown. Don't miss tomorrow's incredible story about a discovery that opened an entire new world and changed how we understand life itself. Every day, History Sparks brings you these amazing moments when ordinary people chose extraordinary courage and changed what we thought was possible forever. From tightrope walkers to space explorers, from inventors to dreamers, human courage has no limits when we dare to take that first step. Hit that like button if this story inspired you to face your own impossible challenges. And please subscribe to never miss these daily reminders that courage conquers fear and dreams become reality when we refuse to give up.